Hey, you guys, happy Friday. Please make sure that you watch this entire announcement. The first two announcements that are at the very, very top, please read those. 10:30 to 1 is my window of opening. Um, After that, my availability is going to be pretty limited. The final deadline for anything in quarter four is today, May 21st at midnight, and there are no exceptions to this. Again, you need to contact me, but if you are asking for an extension, I'm most likely going to say no because you have had every moment up until this point. Seventh graders, please make sure that you bring a book with you on Monday. Doesn't matter which book, but you need to bring a book with you on Monday. What I wanted to record in this message is kind of a little bit of a farewell, but you'll also hear a lot of this next week as well. I hope all of you have believed this semester how badly I have wanted you to be successful. I understand that there will be some of you who may not feel this way. So these are some things I kind of want you to reflect about over the summer. What are you going to do with this year? What will you do with this year? My wish for you is that you take an honest look at yourself and truthfully evaluate how you did. I don't want you just to evaluate yourselves academically, but how well you adjusted to change, how well you were present for this year, how well you adjusted and followed school protocols to keep everyone safe, even if you questioned the effectiveness of those protocols. I want you to think about how your communication improved given many abrupt and many times seemingly unfair changes and adjustment that you were forced to make, whether you liked it or not. I do also want you to think about the relationship you built this year with your friends, new teachers, and a changed educational environment. I want you to reflect on the relationships you already had before this year and whether or not they got stronger. What did it take to make them stronger? What does it take to make relationships stronger? Where did you improve as an academic student? Where do you want to improve? What does specific improvement look like? These things are to reflect on over the summer. I encourage you to write these things down, not for negative reflection, but for positive growth. If you're unsatisfied with something that you write down, accept it, but write down what you can do instead to not make it negative. I can honestly tell you that I felt strongly negative about this year in so many ways, but it really wouldn't be fair to only address what was negative because for me, it's not the full truth. I felt negative for many reasons that you may have felt as well. I love routine and consistency, and it unfairly felt like it was constantly changing. I felt overworked and that I had high expectations to live up to. I have realized so many times throughout this year, though, how much all of you meant to me. I am so proud of the risks that I took and how hard I worked on communicating with all of you and how available I made myself to those of you who needed to find me. I am slightly saddened that there were some risks that I was unwilling to take, but I do know that the appropriate time will come to take those risks. The times that we shared laughter and excitement gave me motivation to keep going. The times that some of you individuals or classes as a whole made made breakthroughs from the people that you were to the people that you are right now, and showing that you are ready to take the next step are some of the most treasured moments that gave me hope, gave me willingness to suit up and show up for another day. There are so many of you who made monumental changes that will only serve you well as life continues to throw challenges your way, and it will. And I was really grateful to be a part of those moments. I was really grateful that I got to witness them. We must realize too, though, that some of you may not still be getting the message and realizing and using the tools that you need to be successful in the real world. But I hope you hear again that my hope and wish for each and every one of you is that someday you do get the message and you do start using those tools for life that will ensure that you are successful. I can speak my truth and say that while I didn't fail at school, I didn't make it worthwhile because of a lack of motivation. And my wish for you is that you don't have to stress and be frustrated over it like I had to go through. This is why I've pleaded with you over and over. is because I want you to avoid unnecessary stress and frustration, and I'm hoping you can find motivation in some way. Some of you will go through it, but trust yourselves, and some of you are going through it right now, but trust yourselves that as long as you don't completely give up, that you will eventually be successful. The biggest setbacks that you are experiencing may become some of your greatest motivators, and this is my truth. Each and every one of you deserves to be successful, but remember that it must be you and you alone that earns it. There is no human force that can truly, deep down, force you to want to do it. They can guide you and they can get you started, but when the times get really, really tough, it ultimately has to be deep down you within that has to make that choice. And it is only going to be you that is responsible for your success. But please believe once again that every single one of you has that ability. Some of you just haven't found it yet. And my wish for you is that you do find it. For next week, I will not be launching a class post, but I expect all of my online students to check in using the normal Meet link at the beginning of class like normal. It will be opened all day as per usual. There was a message sent out, and it is also on the Mandalay homepage about the modified schedule that we have next week. You are still expected to show up if you are online and if you don't want to be marked absent. By signing your name for the attendance, you are accepting responsibility and acknowledging that you are aware of all the announcements made today. Please complete this by noon. Much love and appreciation to each and every one of you, and I am proud to have been your teacher.